Good evening, and this is tonight's news. Dolly Parton's husband of nearly 60 years, Carl Dean, has passed away at the age of 82. He died peacefully in their bed, crushed by her huge tits.
Yeah.
There's worse ways. Macaulay Culkin said he cried when his brother Kieran won the Oscar for Best Supporting Actor. He then added it was the first Oscar that made him cry since the Gone with the Wind Best Picture Oscar that Michael Jackson shoved up his ass.
Wow.
I don't know what kind of monster would write that.
It's horrible.
The nerve of
We're
that guy.
cruel to Matt.
I know, right? I make him do it. Also, Michael Jackson did buy the Gone with the Wind.
Oscar. Little trivia on that joke.
1.2 million. So yeah, now you know.
I thought
We're informative here.
The other part's a guess.
I thought Tootsie would be funnier, but Dave wanted accuracy.
We're going for accuracy with a sodomy joke. Now, Casey Anthony released a TikTok video saying that she is now a legal advocate, and her job is to help give people a voice. Unless you're a toddler. In that case, she will put tape over your mouth and throw you in some nearby shrubs.
Yes.
Welcome to Normal World.
Can I be honest? Did you see that video of her on mute in her car and thinking, please don't be MAGA, please don't be MAGA.
We got to get rid of these illegals. And
Oh, no, dang it. Hello, Twitter world.
I just want to say I voted for Trump.
Damn it.
I don't know what we all know what we thought when we saw her in the car. Like, God, she's hot, especially for a baby killer.
I thought she was announcing her OnlyFans.
Yeah, I thought she was too.
Yeah,
So
we already
just
saw the
to
butt.
check the
No,
trunk?
that was Jodi Arias. Never mind.
Yeah,
All
she's
of
gonna
us
have
is
an
a
old.
Substack.
Yeah,
Yeah.
she's gonna have
Got a blog.
What else is she gonna do?
Parenting 101.
Be a legal advocate? That's not, what does it even mean?
Well, welcome to Normal World. It's the post show for the Donald Trump address. A lot of really important things happened. We all saw them.
Yeah.
We did.
They were really important. So
I think it's airing simultaneously. I don't know.
Yes, and we appreciate the 3 people that are watching the show right now. Thank you so much. And tongue punch, the like button right there. Hit it. Thank you so much.
Nice.
And comment. That's important as well. And the merch. We finally got merch after all. We have t-shirts, hoodies, hats, cups. I think that's everything.
Yeah.
What a thrill.
Look at that.
Jock straps.
Oh, yeah.
Soon to come.
Yes.
We're working on those. Those take a long time to design.
Where do you put the logo? Where do you put Garrett's face?
Yeah.
On the front.
My face is inside the cup. Garrett's is on the back.
So, Dave, where can people
It's
see you
just
if they
like,
want
I
to see
feel
you
like
in
I
real life?
deserve this.
I do.
That's where you belong.
You can see me March 22nd at the Roxy in Rochester Hills, Michigan, along with Mike Loftus and Don Jameson. Then you can also see me the 27th through the 29th with Mike Loftus in Spokane, Washington.
Ooh.
He and I are going to be co-headlining those shows, so come on out.
It's going to be a great show, dude.
What about you?
You can find me on my channel, Quarterback Garrett, and Nega Garrett, my second channel for videos. If you want to check those out, thank you very much. And with us is our producer, Angela.
Hi. Yes. I'm on Instagram as Normal Angela, and Angela Does Horror on YouTube. So check that out. Thank you.
Check it out.
Yeah.
Well, welcome back to the show. You know him from The Wade Show with Wade. Please welcome Wade Stotts.
Ow!
Great to be here. Thank you, guys.
So good to have you back.
A round of applause from me.
Yes.
Yes,
Guys, you shouldn't have.
You're a guest. They all get it.
it's our pleasure.
I won't feel special then.
The pleasure's all on this side of the room.
Are you going to make this miserable for me?
No.
Yeah,
This is going to be a pain in the ass.
We roast a bunch of roast jokes for you, by the way. All right.
I hope you don't mind. We've called your loved ones. It's very personal.
How did Dave know?
Why would he say this? And also joining us today, he's a retard. Welcome back to the show, Matt McClowry.
Hi, everybody.
This is his Make-A-Wish. This is
Yes.
yeah.
You can see me at DFW consoling a toddler.
Also, he'll be with his daughter. No joke was at me, but I realized.
That wasn't a Casey.
No, that's
Anthony
just
joke.
the green room.
Yeah.
Dave, come on, it's fine. Everybody is having a bad year.
Yeah. Well, we had a good talk.
Yeah, we did.
We have a recorded talk.
Yes, we do.
It'll be interesting when it comes out.
Wait.
Did people know it was
Between you and the
recorded?
toddler?
It's me, Brad, Garrett, and Matt.
I'm in the room.
Oh,
That's in the room.
Yeah.
Matt chimes in every now and then to put me down.
okay.
Oh, he does. He
No, to
beats
like
build
your
you up. To build, like,
anti-hype
saying, like,
man.
oh, here's a guy saying all the things, but he's famous, so you listen to him. Like, oh, here's somebody with credibility.
He right. He right.
Will this be on the Normal World channel?
I think so.
As a Normal World fan, I'm very excited.
Yeah, we may
Yeah.
do it. I may do it on mine, but I think so. We got to see. I got to talk to some powers that be about some things. You heard me.
Yard.
Let's fix some stuff. Let's make this take off.
Yeah.
Make normal world great again.
Yeah, make it great again.
Again?
Well, like episode
the first-
5, great.
Yeah. Like episode 1.
Yeah.
We're throwing it way back.
One was all right.
It was okay.
There was a long.
The pilot's never good, are they?
The pilot was great.
Well, our pilot was good, but not like the pilot of this show.
Oh,
No, no.
that is unrecorded and nobody will ever see it. Thank
My
God.
favorite part about the pilot episode is the comments asking when episode 2 comes out.
Yeah. Get one almost daily when I'm like, there's 400 of them.
A whole lot. You know what? Don't even look at it. It's fine. Just pretend it's still that.
Oh, I have a sketch show when you sold one. So speaking of which, Siberian Parliament, are you guys familiar?
Yes.
Serbian
part.
Serbian, I meant. Trans-Siberian Parliament.
The Serbian Parliament.
Oh, they rock, dude.
Yeah, aren't they great? Dude? They have a little bit of the funkadelic sound, but then they're also Trans-Siberian.
Yeah, dude. How do they do that?
I thought it was like a
lights.
cigarette. Like, oh, these actually have a little heroin in them. It's legal there. I don't
I don't know why I said Siberian. Serbian.
Close.
Ah, I'm so sorry.
Oh, my only reference for Serbia is a Serbian film, which is a bad reference for an entire country.
A Serbian film?
Have you
Yes.
watched it?
Film buff.
I've not watched it, but I watched a lot of breakdowns on it because I don't
Okay.
want to watch the whole movie.
I
So
have.
you know that there is a Serbian film.
Yes.
There is one.
Yes. There's one.
Yeah.
There's only
Great.
one.
Good for those
Do you
guys.
not know the film?
The Serbian film?
Yes.
A Serbian.
I will not break it down here because it is not family friendly.
Okay.
Our
After
show
the
is a family
podcast.
friendly show.
Yeah, well, we'll talk about it after.
Oh, yeah.
There's two girls in a cup.
It's
Do
close.
they
It's close.
share the cup?
Oh, no.
That is much preferable.
That is
to what is in the
that is
movie.
better. It is legit better. Angela knows it's better than what happens in that movie. Anyways, I'm sorry.
Yeah,
Dave.
I'm familiar.
Oh yeah.
Love that movie.
It's his
Big
favorite.
fan of the ending.
I've seen it so many times it plays in my eyelids as I go to bed.
Maybe we won't talk after the show. Sorry.
Yeah, you don't want to.
I don't have any more questions about this.
Maybe I'll just go.
Scarred for life.
So if you guys are familiar with Serbia, this is cray cray. I said it. Chaos happened today as the opposition set off smoke grenades and tear gas to protest against the government. Wow. The video is not from the meeting, however. It's just after a normal cabbage-filled Serbian lunch.
They're passionate people.
Where does he get those wonderful toys?
I just love that people still cry about J6. I'm like, this is business as usual there.
They're just not standing around.
Yeah. They're not even leaving.
More commotion at the cheer competition.
Oh my God! Did you guys hear that?
The other choice they have is to go out and live their lives in that terrible country.
This is preferable.
Yeah.
Outside is Serbia.
Yeah.
I understand.
Outside it's Serbia.
It's like, this is much preferable. They're just hoping somebody starts shooting.
I'm having a good time.
Oh, and there's audio.
Just at the end, I guess.
It's a girl and its twins. Nice.
Is that the smoke
them a long
alarm
time to
going
get
off after
alarm.
3 bombs?
Yeah.
Go outside.
Yeah, it's fine. It's fine. 4.
I want to hear the debates going on. Yeah.
What are they talking about?
I would imagine that you don't get much say in Serbia.
Is it a dictatorship there? What's going on there? I don't know. Other
I
than the movie,
would assume.
Something inferior.
Yes.
for sure.
They're not having as much fun as we are.
Yeah.
All we know is America is better
Yes.
because we've been told that. And it's true.
Well, now that that's on Twitter, there's a lot of people who will pretend to have very passionate opinions, and
About
extensive
Serbian
knowledge of Serbian
The Economist Intelligence Unit rated Serbia as a flawed democracy.
Oh,
So join the club.
yeah. So everything?
Get on over here.
Yeah, I wonder what color flag people are going to put on their Instagram profiles.
Right.
Yeah.
They have flaws. That is news.
Yeah, that is.
Wow.
Yeah, whoa.
Our government has flaws.
No one cares in the media anymore.
I couldn't tell from the video.
Yeah, yeah. You're like, oh, it's a flawed democracy? Is that why they're setting off bottle rockets in the middle of Parliament?
It's kind of fun.
I think that's if they had firework wars like Republicans versus Democrats, I'd way rather watch that.
Yes. I'm tuning in for that.
Like you get Roman candles, maybe even laser tag or paintball.
Heck yeah.
That's how things are settled.
Like when I was 12.
Yeah,
Exactly. People start crying. They go home with the black eye.
Yeah.
We're all
It's
good in
a
the end.
rational argument, debate, slow down, filibuster.
Yeah.
Just get it over with.
No need for that.
Wasting our time.
Start
See
shooting
Mike
people
Johnson.
on your own team. Sorry.
Do that Starsky and Hutch shoulder roll behind the podium. Tune in.
You just crack Dan Crenshaw on the side. Can't see it coming.
Yeah, everyone's aiming for his other eye. His one good eye.
I got the patch.
Yeah, anybody who keep hitting it. That thing's paint proof. Just blinded by paintballs.
It becomes his other eye. Just blue.
Just stuck there.
Shoot it at you.
What happened? Well, gay marriage is illegal.
It's a good Crenshaw.
Thank you. Many people have complimented my Crenshaw.
Very
It's
in-depth.
like, is he in the room? I also blink when I do it. Yeah,
Long blink.
as he's missing an eye.
Yeah. If you didn't know that.
Mm-hmm.
You guys didn't know that?
Dan Crenshaw looks like a guy who'd look at you pissed in the audience while his wife laughed at you.
Yes.
That's exactly what he looks like.
Yeah. He looks like he would be in a cuckold though.
Yeah.
And I don't, but I'm not sure.
Which party he would be?
Yeah, I don't know
Oh,
which
yes.
side he'd be on. I don't know if
Power bottom.
she either has the eye patch fantasy, so she's holding her husband's hand while Crenshaw's taking her to town. This is
Or he's
important.
like a Clockwork Orange with the other eye open.
Yeah, it's
like,
just opened, and
You
he's
have to watch
forced.
this.
Yeah, but he's just got the one eye in the Clockwork Orange.
But that guy's in the room, is what you're saying.
Yeah.
Yeah, that guy's
Somewhere in the room.
He's in there.
Yeah. I mean, he has to watch his wife make love to
Mitch McConnell.
Mitch McConnell.
No depth perception, though.
I was trying to think of a black Republican, and for some reason I blanked.
the pizza guy.
And Scott.
Oh, thank you.
Hey.
There you
Dang
go.
it.
Who's the guy with the pubes on the coke? Clarence Thomas.
That's yeah.
Rand Paul is just giving it to her, going, "No more foreign wars."
I can handle it. All right, but we're doing this until you agree. Anyway, speaking of good acting,
Oh, yes.
the Oscars were over the weekend. Nora, which is something I've never heard of, but I did meet an actress of it, and I did a show with her at the Comedy Store. She was lovely.
Really?
Yeah, they were like, she's an Nora, and I was like, I don't know what
That's
that
a
is.
thing.
Is she funny?
It wasn't. It might have been.
Oh,
Ivy
that's
Woke.
that's
Was
the
it Ivy
hotel you
Woke?
put
Yes,
her up
Ivy
in?
Woke. How did you know that?
Was that?
Did somebody say?
It's,
God
it's the
speak to-
lesbian.
Yeah.
Oh, the lesbian
how
in
she
Daisy.
knows.
Oh, I don't know if she's. I would assume she's dabbled. I
Yeah,
can't
it's
speak for her,
Hollywood.
but it's Hollywood.
Yeah.
Full-time comic, part-time lesbian.
Yeah,
So-
yeah. But no, she was cool, and I didn't know what it was, so I wasn't even trying to be rude. I just thought it was like a show on Nickelodeon or something.
It turns out nobody else knows what it was because
Just sounds like a
lot of
luxury
money.
apartment.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like a girl band.
Nora.
She's in a
Nora Sweets.
I assumed like maybe a Netflix series. And they're like, no, it's up for a bunch of Oscars. And then when I heard Mikey Madison, I was like, it's Michael Madsen.
You're pronouncing that wrong.
And it turns out I'm just that age now where I have no idea.
Who anybody is?
Yeah.
You thought it was a cute name for Mike?
Yeah, like when they,
That's so good.
whenever they like talk about like, hey, it's Bob De Niro, it's like, yeah, oh, I get it. You call him Bob.
You guys are boys.
Mikey.
You guys are friends. I
Mikey
get it.
Madison.
Or when they're like, Marty Scorsese's out in the audience, and you're like, you don't call him Marty. But yeah, that's what I thought it was my. But anyway, Nora took. But she was a very cool person. She was fun to hang out with, and she's going to be in the new Tim Robinson, Paul Rudd movie as well.
I saw the trailer for that.
It's supposed to be very good and much darker than
Like
you think
Tim.
it is. So yeah, Nora took home 5 Oscars, including wins for Best Picture, Best Director Sean Baker, and Actress Mikey Madison, which is why it was thrown. Other winners in acting categories included Adrian Brody in The Brutalist.
Got a 6-minute speech. He broke the record for the longest speech.
Adrian Brody did?
He didn't pull out the dreads.
I'm sorry, longest speech?
Did you mean to say longest nose?
I think nose. See, she called what I was saying.
He had that too.
It feels like he would just beak you.
Yeah.
Looks like
Turn real
a
quick.
puppet. I mean, gee, I wonder why he won. Anyway.
And our
didn't know it
girl,
was that kind of show,
Zoe.
guys.
It's one of those
Amazing
for the Blaze.
performance.
Yeah, it's because he's such a good actor.
Electrifying. It's because he's very handsome.
Oh, yeah. I like when he pretends to be on the phone getting out of cars and takes pictures with people, and I'm like, you're not even good at acting like you're on the phone.
Gavin Newsom did a better job at that.
Doing a Bob Newhart bit. Right?
Oh, it's King Kong?
Oh, hello. Predator.
Lincoln. Yeah.
And also, Zoe, she won for Amelia Perez,
Yes, the fantastic film.
the transgender musical.
Mm-hmm.
And Kieran Culkin, as we heard earlier, won for A Real Pain, which is ironic.
Garrett, did you cut the Nerdrotic video? The
Yes, I
Amelia
did.
Perez one?
I sat in pain, watched that movie in slow motion, and it was like a car wreck.
Why'd you watch it in slow motion?
Well, when you're getting clips, you're basically
Oh.
watching the movie, like looking through these scenes, just slowly getting.
Yeah, you're watching it like Zapruder footage.
Dude, it's the worst.
I would way rather watch Zapruder footage.
Yes.
That for 2.5 hours.
Mr. Vagina. It's built in. It's
Vagina.
indelible.
Yeah, we've all seen that clip.
Yeah, the country recovered from that by comparison.
Did you see it?
No, I didn't. I watched the video. I watched the Nerdrotic video, and I felt like I'd seen it at that point.
Yeah, that's
I
kind
knew
of
enough information.
He gave me a good synopsis on it, so
Yeah.
but now I kind of want to watch it because I'm just like, why would this go in so many directions?
Yeah, usually they pick one.
Yeah.
But the fact they went opera and trans and
Mrs.
cartel.
Doubtfire.
Yeah,
This is Doubtfire.
and they have
Yeah.
like cartel to she's angry that the woman fell in love with somebody else, and it's like, you do know you were pretending you were a woman for the last 6 years. And it's like, yeah, but I thought she'd wait.
But I'm so mad about it.
It's me.
I think they saw the new Oscars check boxes and were just like, all of them.
yeah,
Give me
yeah.
every single one.
That became mandated a few years ago, remember, where things had to check boxes in order to get nominated?
I don't think I knew that.
Yeah, you didn't?
Yeah, it's a whole
diversity
diversity because they had the Oscars so white controversy thing that happened a few years ago. So then they put in They put in this big list of it's got to have in front of and behind camera. Did you have a thing on
I'm
that?
going to see if I can find the criteria.
It's a
list.
whole list of it's got to have a certain percentage of diversity in the staff, in the
Yes.
writing room, in the director's seat, in acting. It's like
Yeah.
ridiculous, and they've made themselves into this.
Yeah.
So I
Amelia
did
Perez.
find it.
Yeah.
At least one of the lead actors or significant supporting actors submitted for Oscar consideration is from an underrepresented racial or ethnic group.
Right.
This may include African American, East Asian, Hispanic, Indigenous peoples, blah, blah, blah.
Not white.
And general ensemble cast, at least 30% of all actors not submitted for Oscar consideration are from at least two underrepresented groups, which may include women, LGBTQ+, people with cognitive or physical disabilities.
Women are half of the world.
I know, but that's how you guys still think of us.
I don't think so.
Percentages.
I wonder if you were to go back and take that list, how many of the movies that won before would even get nominated?
None of them.
All I know is that when you put the agenda ahead of the art, it's dead in the water.
Yep.
It's dead in the water. It doesn't work.
Oh, it makes
I'm not talking to anyone specific
Lady Moss.
no one's talking to the heads of this company.
or any other company in the same sphere.
Kidding. We don't have an
We
agenda.
love to own the lib. Yeah.
Yeah. No, I'm just saying, own those libs.
Yeah.
That's right.
I'm doing it right now.
Own them. Just by being here, they're crying.
Weeping. We're sipping their tears and stuff.
It just cuts to Wade and fake tits in a wig.
Just so we can win an Oscar.
And own the lids at the same time.
yeah.
Yes, we did it. Yeah, isn't that kind of like the women in sports thing where you're like, well, isn't this just cheating at this point to get an Oscar? Best actress goes to this guy.
Yeah. But he didn't win because tweets came out and they didn't agree with the libs.
Yeah, he said
a whole
some pretty raw stuff.
Suddenly his performance was bad.
Yeah, suddenly.
We can say its performance was bad.
Maybe we shouldn't have given him
Yeah.
13 noms.
You know, for somebody who's pretending to be something else all the time, you think they'd be a better actor, or actress.
You pretend to be a woman constantly.
Yeah. Yeah. What happened here? You forgot? You forgot how to be a lady?
Yeah.
Well, I don't know if, did you guys watch Bill Murray on Rogan?
I watched half of it.
I watched most of it, actually.
Really good.
Clips. Yeah, I saw clips of it.
I really, really loved it. And what I loved was Bill. Well, I liked that he didn't know really who Joe was, so it made it a very honest conversation.
I couldn't tell if he was joking or not.
No, I think he was serious.
I mean, if anybody didn't know who Joe Rogan is, it's Bill Murray.
Yeah, because he didn't know what news radio was.
Oh.
And his brother tours with Dave Foley sometimes.
Right.
So it's
I can't imagine, Bill Murray pulling up his podcast app.
no, I just
Not my mental image of him.
I think whatever's playing in his head is always because he just walks around.
Yeah.
Well, he just walks around and golfs and drinks and smokes pot. It's like
That's great.
It's like you've been making movies for what is it, almost 50 years now. It's like you leave work at work.
Well, yeah, and he says that he just gets 5 phone calls from like Sofia Coppola, Wes Anderson, whoever the director is, and he goes, "Okay."
Yeah.
Otherwise, he thinks about it. And I thought it was interesting. He also, what I did like was he cleared up the misconceptions about John Belushi on the Joe Rogan Experience. This is a moment for us to reflect on that when Bob Woodward dies, he'll go to hell. Do we have that?
Smiles all around.
But however, when I read Wired, the book written by, what's his name, Woodward, about Belushi, I read like 5 pages of Wired, and I went, oh my God, they framed Nixon. like all of a sudden I went, oh my God, if this is what he writes about my friend that I've known, for half my adult life, which is completely inaccurate, talking to like the people of the outer circle getting the story, what the hell could they have done to Nixon? I just felt like if he did this to my friend like this, and I acknowledge I only read 5 pages, but the 5 pages I read, made me want to set fire to the whole thing. The reasoning for it is that the most famous person ever to come from Wheaton, Illinois, is John Belushi.
Yeah, and then he says the second is somebody else.
It's Bob. The third is Bob Woodward. Yeah.
Wow.
Well, it's interesting because he made Wired, which was Michael Chiklis'.
Yeah, it was adapted into a movie with Michael Chiklis, which almost killed his career right out of the gate.
It's horrible.
Oh, it's an awful movie, and he was afraid he was going to get blacklisted from Hollywood for it because of all the friends of John Belushi, which he was such a great actor. But at the same time, it's like, you're not in a position to say no.
Right.
At that point, I just realized who I was saying that to. Yes.
Look,
you know what it's like when you have to take a gig?
Oh yeah, it's been a lot of them.
You're working man.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yes, I'm an over.
I wasn't thinking of this one, by the way. I was thinking.
I know. We don't have to do that. I love John Belushi. And what I like, he cleared up the misconception too about this party animal. Yes, he did do a lot of cocaine. Who didn't then, though? Yeah. And I mean, and he was saying that he had 4 beers and he was drunk. So even Brian Doyle Murray, when he heard he died, said, "What happened? Did he have 4 beers?" Yeah, joking around because they really couldn't believe that he had died of a drug overdose. It really wasn't. This they built him into this. They've always built.
That was a
this
thing.
Character that he's not.
Yeah, it's a mythology, and we saw that in Saturday Night, the movie. Did you watch that movie?
I didn't. I can't stand biopics if I'm too close to it. Like I felt that way about the Bob Dylan movie. I was just like,
if you know too much about it, you know where they messed up. In this movie, they got his character, and you said it when you were talking about it before I watched it. The John Belushi character is a joke. It's like a cartoon monster animal man, and it's nothing like how he was. If you read anything about him, it was just all the characters were that way in that movie.
Well, he seemed like really. He wasn't like, because I remember like Norm Macdonald telling that to Chris Farley. It was like, you're funnier than John Belushi. Like he wasn't like a funny guy to me. Like off screen, he was like a serious actor guy, And I was ashamed too, because then, in emulating that guy, Chris Farley felt he had to live up to this image, which never existed to begin with.
And died at the exact same age.
Yeah.
And doing the exact same drug.
Uh-huh.
gosh.
Which apparently, as far as Bill Murray knows, that's the only time he ever did that.
That's what he said. That he thinks that he got shot up, and that's how he died.
Wow.
But I'm with you. Like in the movie, Bill was talking about how he brought so many people to New York from Chicago and kind of brought, like, SNL exists because of who he brought, as well as he brought all these bands in and made them famous. Joe Cocker, all these other people who weren't as well known, these blues groups. That's why there's like even a House of Blues today. It all comes off of him. And he would let, including Bill Murray, everybody sleep on their couch. Like apparently he was very, very generous and like very, very loving.
Yeah.
So like to be displayed in that movie like this angry, stupid, like manipulative drug addict where he's just staring or he's setting something on fire or just running outside and causing havoc for no reason. It wasn't even a one-note character. It just wasn't even a character.
Right. Well, he's not Bluto. Like we won't see, right. Yeah, we don't have to pretend that the entire story was like that. Yeah, that is tragic that that would lead somebody to try to emulate that and end up dying again just by going like, well, I guess that's what talented people do. I guess that's what because if you admire somebody's work, then you just go like, okay, well, I'll wake up at the same time they do. Like people do that where they'll just, if somebody says this is my morning routine, like, okay, if he was crazy, then I'll be crazy and I'll just ruin my life.
Yeah, and there were people who were legitimately like that. He talks about Hunter S. Thompson and how he met him, and they didn't know who each other were. Yeah, that was a great one. And Hunter S. Thompson's morning routine was insane. It was like
it was like a giant cup of gin to start off with.
Right,
I've
like
seen the list.
It's nuts. Then he whatever
Just to take the edge off.
Whatever joints, a cigarette and embalming fluid. You know,
He did acid every day.
Acid every day.
But you can't do acid every day. It won't work.
It didn't work for me. It never worked for me 2 days in a row.
You have to double it up. So that means that he had to be doubling it up every day.
All the
Like
time.
exponentially? That doesn't make sense.
He had a bean fritter every day too. Yeah, I don't know why that stood out to me, but it does. His diet's remarkably consistent.
Yeah. But yeah, everything that he had though was crazy, which I mean does ultimately lead you to just getting up from a family gathering and go shoot yourself in the face.
But yeah, like if somebody saw that and was like, well, if I'm going to be a good writer,
right,
I have to.
I got to do this.
it's like that's what he's made of, I guess.
Yeah.
It's just this stuff.
Because I was introduced to him through Fear and Loathing on the Campaign Trail. I bought that book before the movie came out in Las Vegas and everything. So I just read that out of just curiosity. And then I read Fear and Loathing. Then the movie came out. And I thought it was great that they played Johnny Depp reading some of the lines.
Yeah, that was great.
Because you forget what a great author he was and the way he was so descriptive in a lot of these. And he's not just this like... I mean, he was a drugged out, crazy person all the
but the
time.
prose that he could write
for being how
insane.
drugged out as he was all the time and being able to write with that ability, like it didn't impede him.
No, I think it added a layer to him, and I think sometimes they do open that door of creativity.
Yeah.
You know?
Talking about the high watermark, that scene.
Yeah.
The high watermark of the 60s of how they were almost like peak. And then it drew back in the 70s.
You see the tide roll away.
And everything. Yeah. Which I think is also a misinterpretation of the 60s because it seemed like the 60s were like idealistically they thought they were doing the right thing, but
in real life the 60s that really is the 50s as we picture it for the most part. You know what I mean?
Sure.
And it's like, too, it's like even when you think of like the 90s and you have this stylized neon and Zubaz and the Max from Saved by the Bell. And I'm like, well, we didn't redo our kitchen. It still looked like the 80s at my house. You know?
My whole house was wood paneled
Yes,
and shag carpeting. It looked like 1975 at the Landau house.
They
I
do
used
that
to
with-
play army soldiers in the green shag carpeting, which I'm sure gave my,
No, those in the
my dad
2000s.
memories. What's that?
It's like getting flashbacks.
It's like, stop doing that. Get yours. It's a copter. God, it's coming. What do you mean I got to wash the orange off the copter? Well, this probably won't kill me.
We'll be fine. The government said it. Yeah. Every decade's that way. It's a idealized version of it. There's a meme that goes around where it's like what you thought the 80s were, and it's like the Stranger Things music and the colors and all that stuff, and then what the 80s actually were the 70s wood panel walls and stuff.
Yeah, I put up a picture. I found a picture the other day from this, and it just looks like me in the 70s, but I think it's 1988. and it's just me as a little kid wearing like making a blanket into a cape, and like my 4 friends are wearing like laser tag stuff that doesn't work at all because it's the 80s. But if
laser tag stuff never worked.
no, it's like if you hit it like 7 times, it'll buzz.
Yeah.
But
Off the wall. The only time it works is when you like shoot it like this.
Yeah, it's like Duck Hunt, where if you just go up to the TV and just keep clicking it, you're the winner. I'll tell you what does work though.
What?
Undertack.
Oh, every time. Every time.
Every time.
You guys are good at this.
Yes.
Hey,
Try it.
Undertack's good at this.
Undertack's great at this. Designed for and tested by an elite special forces team in Africa's harshest conditions. I believe they put a tire around someone's neck and lit it on fire, and the underwear was not the least bit wet. Undertack is made to perform when it matters most. Whether you're navigating through terrain or just tackling your day, their underwear, socks, and shirts keep you dry, comfortable, and mission ready. Made from premium materials like
Modal.
That's right. 50% more moisture wicking than cotton. Undertack offers a tactical performance that goes beyond the basics. From the ultra-comfortable boxer briefs to the handmade, American-made socks. Which, by the way, I love. Like, I don't
really
sweat through them. Feet are gross, and mine feel just dandy in there.
And the sweaters? Sweaters are great. They're super soft.
I'm wearing
they don't
one
pill
right
up.
now. I'm wearing
They're so
one
good. Get one
right
of
now. I've washed it 80 times.
Yeah, and they don't pill. They don't have a
it
little
I
feels-
also just want to point out, when you guys are wearing Undertack, you don't know what the ad reads are for the day.
Yes.
I haven't not even looked
I
at
just want to
the-
point that out. They're not wearing it because it's an ad today. They wear it all the time.
Yeah, I had no idea. She handed
show her
it
all
to
the time.
me
Yeah, it's
right
appropriate.
before. Yeah, this. I'm wearing Undertack underwear and a hoodie from Undertack, and also they fight human trafficking.
Oh yeah, that's a
Yeah. So when you go to undertack.com, and that's undertack.com, use code normal20 for 20% off site wide. Look at those. They are going to give part of the profits back to a veteran-run organization that fights human trafficking. And now that, I think, is a no-brainer.
Oh yeah.
So, undertack.com, normal20, normal20, 20% off. Come on, guys.
Do it.
Come
Yourself
on.
a favor.
What are you doing?
And the victims of human trafficking.
Yes.
That too, yeah.
I
Yeah.
feel like if Halle Berry maybe had some of these underwear, she wouldn't have
Yeah.
mistakenly.
Kiss. Kiss.
It was a callback.
No, she said she was mistakenly diagnosed with herpes.
Yes, that's what she
How
said.
do you mistake missed up the tubes or something?
Because if you bite your lip good enough at night and you don't wake up.
Was it really difficult for her to be mistakenly diagnosed? Like, what?
Yes.
Was she having bad? Was she having bad problems and then went to the doctor and then?
Well, we have a clip.
Let's take a look.
Oh my god.
When I was 54 years old, I had just met man. I manifested this man. And I just met him, and we were having the best time. I finally met my person. I mean, it was amazing. It was amazing. It was amazing.
Oh, boy.
It
Drew
really, truly
Barrymore
was
show.
amazing. And then one morning, I tried to go to the bathroom, and I
You
couldn't
just
go.
expect a hand to come off from off screen
It
and
was
wipe
so
drool from her mouth.
painful. When I tried to let a little bit out, I couldn't go. I had to squeeze it. I had to let. It took me almost 10 minutes to just empty my bladder because it was so painful.
It's called a hangover.
And substances were down there that I had never seen before. And I thought, what is this? So I go right to the doctor.
And he said, "It's
and
piss."
He's,
Yeah.
doing the exam, looking
Why
up
are we-
there.
Took a
and he
piss,
said,
lady.
Yep, uh-huh.
And you're Halle Berry, and
I
you
know
said,
what
let me
this
see
is.
it.
And I'm like, what? I said, it's
Let me check.
really bad
Let me check
case of
those
herpes.
ass and titties while you're here. That's professional.
My doctor was a
in
guy
his
in a
office,
wheelchair who
and
talks
now-
out of the
and
side of
now
his
Van,
mouth.
my God, he drove me there because
Let
this
me
was
see
so
it,
swollen,
Allie.
I couldn't even put my legs together to drive.
I'm a free speech
So
pioneer.
We spend the next 72 hours kind of doing the blame game, trying to figure out who gave it to me, who gave it to him, and then a couple hours after that, my doctor called me and
She's
said,
just
"You do
having
not have
flashbacks
herpes."
of
Oh my
Studio
God.
54.
It's almost like I was like, what? I'm like, okay, then what is it? And this was the defining moment for me.
Drew
He
is
said,
starting to look a little like E.T. in her
I
old
don't
age.
know.
Yeah.
That's what it
Might
looked
have been
like.
her dad.
And that sent me on my own reconnaissance and my own researching. And that's when I came up with dry vagina syndrome that
Why is that? What?
Why are you sure?
Why are we watching this?
Dry vagina
I
syndrome.
don't want to know about Halle Berry's dry vagina.
Also, how you're like, I finally found Mr. Right. He didn't get me wet in the least.
Now I have a syndrome.
It felt like an assault.
So, like, daytime TV was bad with Jerry Springer. I mean, but this is
Right.
something
It's a
else.
whole nother-
We're like, oh no, our culture is corroding. But like, what? Replace it with
discharge.
this. As long as Drew Barrymore's going like this, then yeah, I guess it's.
It's perfectly fine.
Yeah.
Like, oh, okay, yeah. At least with Jerry Springer, like, we used to watch that after school, and we all knew the fights were fake.
Sure.
We were high, and it was fun to watch.
Yes.
Maury,
Yeah, we knew it was fake.
Montel, it's good stuff back then.
But this is real.
We're just not the target demographic, I think, maybe.
There's no real heroes anymore. Dr. Huxtable's a rapist.
What the heck?
Halle Berry's pussy is sandpaper. It's like
Those are your top 2 heroes, you said?
Right on the pedestal at the top.
exactly. It's like
That's the doctor.
I mean, yeah. Well, I mean, that's like yeah, that's like finding out there's no Santa Claus.
Kidding me? Dr. Huxtable?
She just goes to that guy. Oh, you come on down here and I'll take a look at the dude.
And I'll take a trick of this.
Why is it so dry? It feels
Why
dry.
does it sound like you're walking in corduroys?
The new Dune film down there.
You have what a lot of women I've been with have, which is dry vagina.
Take
She's
one
telling
of
this
these.
after 3 hours.
Yeah,
She's wiping her eyes.
It feels
should
like
help.
my fingers in a bugle.
Oh, God.
And my finger in the trumpet. So,
I meant one of the corn snacks.
either way, I think it would feel the same. I mean, it's dry gina. You don't want to just be jamming things in there. Dry. What did he prescribe?
You know what he prescribed.
But you're a 54-year-old woman who's obviously in menopause, and the guy's going, it's probably herpes. What a good doctor. I could tell
To
you.
shop around.
The best money can get.
Yeah, I know. I could tell you. It's probably menopause. You're 54. Gorgeous, by the way.
Hey,
But it's like, it's not going to work as well as it once did.
yeah, you get older.
Yeah.
It's happening. I know Hollywood, you don't think it's happening, but they made a whole movie about it, The Substance. It happens.
Robbed.
Yeah, robbed.
Isn't it interesting? I saw people talking about this online. It's interesting that she was robbed by a younger, pretty starlet
They did.
that was like slapping her.
Those bastards.
Yeah, right?
Oh, yeah, she was robbed by a
Yeah,
young
by
lady.
young
See?
hot ass.
By a young, hot ass.
Film tells the
what she
truth. Film.
That's right.
Michael Madsen.
Nice.
Michael Madsen.
Maddie Manson.
The gorgeous young Michael Madsen.
Best
Slapping his vagina on screen, Michael Madsen. Great actor.
Yeah, what if it is Michael Madsen and just make the like trans surgery was really good?
It's just unbelievable. You're like, wow, this is the best ever. He's like, yeah, I couldn't even. He still talks like that.
Yeah, they can't change the
guy,
vocal cord.
Mexican guy's like, who do you go to?
Reservoir Dogs and Horror. What range?
Yeah, wow, this is crazy. Yeah, they redo it. It's just her dancing around, cutting an ear off. This is amazing.
I don't know.
Yeah, stuck in the middle with you.
It's like hot though.
You're like, wow, I never thought this scene could be so sexy. I love that story because Harvey Weinstein was the one that's like, you have to take that out of the movie. And he goes, no. He's like, all right.
It makes the movie.
I know. It exactly shows like why all these people should be killed.
Yeah.
If you don't have that
Iconic.
scene, you kind of like the characters.
Yeah.
But that scene makes it where it's really like, they're all kind of bad people besides Tim Roth.
You're like, oh yeah, they're villains. They're villains. You need that. It's like the Penguin show. It's like he would be likable until he did something very horrible, and you're like, oh yeah, this is a villain show.
Yeah, he's never been a good
Need this.
person the whole show. And then you're like, oh, right, I shouldn't have rooted for him in a weird way.
Oh, dang, now
That's
I'm
like
dirty.
it's a clue that why Miramax made so many good movies is that he was like a pushover producer. He's like, okay, sure, yeah, go ahead.
He's like, it's fine.
Yeah.
Is there any 20-year-old that can come to my hotel that I can bathe in front of? Because that's really all I'm here for.
It's like I'm not here to produce. What do you? I'm not going to argue with you about
I'm here to produce a sudsy body in front of somebody who doesn't want to see it.
producer to this plant. Yeah.
Why does this fern? Why does this fern kind of look like a fat Jew?
I met the woman who he did that in front of
really?
in the plant. Yeah, I forgot what show we were on. But she's like, yeah, that was me. I was like, I didn't even know. It was like, so you were the person who physically watched him do this. She's like, yeah. And you didn't want to? She's like, no.
Like, could you describe?
And you
it to
didn't
me?
want
It's got to be weird.
You didn't want to watch? Because I've seen him. Good looking guy. But you didn't want him to.
Striking. Yeah.
Yes. Handsome comes to the top of the list. When
But yeah, I mean, if you're going to throw me in a Tarantino movie, you can jerk off in all my plants. I'll watch you. I'll wear opera gloves and use binoculars and
I
clap.
have to talk to the head of Sony now. Some Japanese guy.
Oh, no, stop with that. Stop with that, girls. Yeah. How you do your auditions? Well, I get a hotel at the Beverly Hilton. Or, sorry, what is it? The Beverly Hills Hotel.
Yeah, Beverly Hills Hotel, yeah.
And then I invite them up and I shower in front of them. Okay.
Do you get them to read or? Like...
No.
Not
no.
necessary.
If they don't leave the room and tell anyone, they get the role. I just hope 20 years down the line, they don't all decide to tell everyone at the same time.
Why would that happen all at the same time?
I've tried it every way, but it works for me. This way works for me. I've had them read. I do interviews, But...
I find it boring. This way I know if they can really act like they want to be somewhere.
Oh.
I mean, if you think about it.
It is a good acting test.
It is a good acting job.
Were you happy? No. Well, you looked at. That's great.
Yeah, was this okay with you? Not in the least, but you didn't say anything.
Yeah.
So you...
Poker face when the sideways wiener came out. You were just right in there.
Poker face?
You are the fourth cheerleader and bring it on. Congratulations.
Yes.
Yeah, I did it.
See, I
Shakespeare is in
didn't
love
have
with
to
you.
sleep anybody.
Yeah, I didn't have to see with anybody. I just had to watch it. All right, we got to get out of here, but you should come back tomorrow. Will you come back tomorrow?
Yeah, I'll do.
Awesome.
Will you come back tomorrow?
I have to.
That's all.
I did glue him to this chair.
It's true. Yes, you gave him a red dragon. That's what I call it. You ever seen that?
No.
They glue Philip Seymour Hoffman to the chair.
Oh, yes.
Not
I
good.
thought you were talking about like a prank that you would.
No.
The
Then
Red
in
Dragon.
Scene where he's going, you see?
Well, that's from Manhunter too.
That's what my wife says it's like when I show her pictures of cute dogs.
See?
That's a good joke.
Do you see? Do you see? Yeah, I watched Manhunter for the first time in like 15 years the other day. That guy had a lot of sex in movies, I realized. I saw like...
Philip?
Yeah.
Billy Boy?
No, not Philip Seymour Hoffman, but he did.
He did, yeah.
I don't know if you've seen Before the Devil Knows You're Dead. Oh, he's just railing Marissa Tomei in the first scene. And you're like, wow, this is a lot to get into a film.
Fade in.
Yeah. 'Cause it's like, it's like full on, and Philip Seymour Hoffman's looking in the mirror, and you're like, is that Marissa Tomei? My God.
Oscar winner.
Yeah. And that's how you know you can fake enthusiasm when you're pretending to love getting railed by Philip Seymour Hoffman. Yeah. I'm not saying that he's a great actor.
Is he still, was it young Philip when he was like Twister's age?
No,
He was still...
no. I don't think he was hot in the Twister.
Well, he's younger.
Back when he was
at least.
gorgeous.
You've never seen the movie Twisters? You've seen that hunk on screen? Come on.
No, I've seen Twister when he plays the extreme.
Wait.
That's what he calls himself in the movie, for real.
Right.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's
'Cause
right.
everything he does is extreme.
Yeah.
It's horrific.
It's a great nickname.
The extreme.
Yeah, I got to do some wild stuff. Pretty extreme. That's
pretty
why I call it extreme.
That it is one of my favorite movies, though. Like, what's a category 4? Oh, I'll take out your house. Category 5, they just drop silverware on the table and the whole room gets quiet. Why would that be the reaction? Would that be the logical next step to a question?
Twister is a movie. My health teacher was also a coach, and he would, if we got done with our papers early, he would let us watch the first 20 minutes of Twister.
Really?
And so I've seen the first 20 minutes of Twister so many times, and once in a while he pulled out Field of Dreams. So I've seen the first 20 minutes of those movies a lot.
Really?
Yeah.
The first 20 minutes of Field of Dreams is the worst part of Field of Dreams.
I know.
Yeah,
at least that's what I hear.
I don't remember anything of Field of Dreams but the end, the ghost playing baseball in the very ending. And then the rest of it's about, like the 60s and,
It doesn't hold up at all, but
a guy
I
who's
love it.
J.D. Salinger in the book but not in the movie.
Yes. Yeah, it doesn't hold up in the least, but I do love it.
Like all Kevin Costner movies.
Yeah, a lot of them. Well, I never liked Robin Hood, and everybody talks about how that's good.
I don't get that. I don't like that movie. Kevin Costner sucks. He's a horrible Wyatt Earp as well. He's just not good.
He's a horrible Wyatt Earp.
He's horrible. He's horrible. Compared to Russell, come on.
Well.
He's the perfect Superman's dad, except for some reason Superman's dad wants him to let people die.
including himself. Yeah. Wait, don't come out here and use your super speed that you could do extremely fast and nobody would see. Don't do it, let me die.
Yeah, you could save everybody's life right now, but instead just let me die in front of everyone.
Yes. He's got other problems.
Yeah, that's true.
LL was like dealing with stuff.
Yeah, he had debts.
No, it's fine.
Yeah. Let's go to the end of the world. Casey Anthony is now a legal advocate, as we talked about earlier. Yes. What other people would make a terrible advocate, and for what cause?
I didn't read the last page. So,
you didn't prepare an answer?
Let me.
Sorry, I didn't prepare my off-the-cuff head. Amber Heard for clean eating.
Oh yes, well played.
I almost played one off the top, but it wouldn't have been good.
Angela.
Kanye West for the Jewish Democratic Council of America.
That's true. Yeah, he does have the job.
Yeah.
Wade.
Probably like Michael Richards for the NAACP.
Yes.
That's African American.
So
go
he's
ahead.
one of them.
Yeah.
Elton John for Westminster Baptist Church.
I like it.
Hell yeah.
God doesn't like me.
I think since we're fact checking jokes, it's Westboro. Yeah.
Is it?
Yeah.
I always do that. I always call it the dog show. I always
sketch about it.
We even did a sketch about it because I always mistake that.
Because it's the dog show.
Yeah, I
Yeah,
always
it was like
mistake.
the Westboro Baptist Church dog show. Kind of thing.
Yeah.
Yeah, we did the Westboro Baptist dog show.
And all the dogs were racist.
Yeah, but yeah,
God hates dogs.
Yeah.
German Shepherd one, I think.
The Westminster Baptist Church, I always call the Westboro Baptist Church.
The Westboro Dog Show.
There's little clan hoodies. Look at the tricks he does. It's just chasing black mailmen.
Just tying a noose.
He's not shaking.
Also, Jimmy Savile for Children's Hospital.
That makes sense, yes.
Yes, which I think he actually
He did.
was a spokesman.
He was.
I believe they gave him the keys.
He did a video. Back then it was film. He was like, if you're not going to the hospital, you're missing out.
Yeah.
And like wink to the camera, literally.
He called it the crematorium for a whole different reason. Good night.